Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach to everyone. So many of us are fresh off of our Seders, which this year were indeed unique, finding new ways to honor tradition by creating virtual experiences with those we love. Perhaps it even brought about the opportunity to open our homes to others who would not typically share in this mindful annual redemption from Egypt. In our home, the creativity was amplified even more so as we were treated to a phenomenal retelling of the Exodus story written to the music of Hamilton, skillfully crafted by my son Ethan. It was, in one word, genius. There is no doubt that the times in which we're living are trying for so many of us. We are working each and every day to navigate moments unfamiliar and unsettling. And as you can imagine, our tradition provides a wealth of material for living through moments which challenge us at our very core. This week in particular, I was introduced to the writings of Rabbi Klamis Kalman Shapira. Rabbi Shapira was the Grand Rabbi of Piaskno in Poland. He delivered weekly sermons in the Warsaw Ghetto, which were later compiled into a book entitled Eish Kodesh, which translates as Holy Fire. On the Shabbat of Passover in 1940, he recalled one interchange in which God says to Moses, and I quote, "As my presence passes by, I will put you in a cleft of the rock, and I will shield you with my hand until I have passed by." In his sermon, the rabbi asked, why would God need to shield Moses with a hand? Couldn't God simply become visible after passing by? In response to his own question, he points to a passage written by the sages of the Babylonian Talmud, in which we learn the following little narrative. "Master of the universe, set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm." God said to Israel, "My daughter, you ask for parts of me that are sometimes visible and sometimes not visible, because the heart and the arm are often covered by clothing. But I will make myself for you as something that is always visible." The truth is, there are many narratives throughout our tradition filled with periods of God's hiddenness. The golden calf is one example. Yet, as our sages remind us, hiddenness is only what we choose to experience. This is beautiful Torah for the times in which we are living, when we struggle with fear and experience devastating loss, times when God's presence can feel hidden from us. Rabbi Shapira, experiencing the worst of humanity, chose to illuminate the invisibleness, hoping to provide comfort and strength to those isolated with him in the ghetto, those that sought his wise sage counsel. What a critical lesson for us to hold on this Shabbat of Passover. In moments between the distraught, sensationalized news we hear all day long on each of our devices, I choose to make that which may feel invisible, visible. To see divine presence in the powerful actions of individuals coming together to support one another. I choose to see it in the big ways, those first responders and essential workers who leave their homes to support us. I choose to see it in the ways so many others have found opportunities to connect with or engage with those we may have been out of touch with for long periods of time. I also choose to see the divine in our ability to practice radical self-acceptance, to honor that we are all doing the best we can with what we've got, accepting everything about ourselves, our current situation, without question, without blame, or even pushback. We cannot fail at this. There is no roadmap, no precedent for this. and we are truly doing the best we can in a near impossible situation. Passover is the reminder that we must see ourselves as if we personally went out of Egypt. Yes, to reflect on the glorious moment when our ancestors crossed the sea, and today, in this moment, in those moments where we may otherwise find ourselves in the depths of our own personal or collective sadness and despair. The Seder becomes our annual reminder for our potential to be anchored in both resilience and in faith, a faith in something greater than ourselves, knowing all the while, Gam ze yavo, this too shall pass. So in this, what we call Chag Cherut, in this holiday or festival of freedom, Rabbi Shapira critically reminds us to free ourselves by making the invisible visible. I hope you'll join me on that journey as we say, Amen.